Mrs. D was 84 years old, and when they asked her why she tried to commit suicide, that was her answer. I could not stand another 24 hours. And here's the kicker: as she lay recovering in the hospital from shooting herself 3 times to try to take her life, the feeling she felt was relief, and not from her own pain, but, but from the pain of taking care of her 86-year-old husband who was physically impaired. You see, when we talk about conquering pain, it's not just about the person who is legitimately suffering. That permeates into the relationships and the lives that we live, into those who care for us with their full heart and their full dedication. So I want to talk to you today, the caregivers, those 46 million people who are providing care for our loved ones who are suffering and trying to live a life with necessary assistance because of pain or disease or chronic illness. And so when we think about the story of Mrs. D, she had two adult daughters with families that lived nearby. And yet, as an option for 2 whole years, she was considering taking her own life. And it got to the point where the pain and conquering that pain and trying to deal with that pain became too much for her. As we watch our population grow to the point that within the next 30 years, we're expecting that there's going to be a double of people who are age 65 and older. So that means we're going to need to take care of them. And yes, there is a great burden that comes with being a caregiver. And that burden weighs on us physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, socially, in the way that we find ourselves isolated from other people in our lives. We find ourselves with less resources for ourselves, or maybe we can't even work because we're taking care of someone else, or we are losing weight. We're spending more time going to doctor's appointments for our loved ones and not taking those same appointments for ourselves. So it is so important that we honor the reality that, baby, that pain is not yours. Yes, we honor that you want to care for those who have been there for you in your life. We honor and we appreciate that you want to be that support system for your elderly or sick family member who can't take care of themselves any longer. I understand that struggle personally. One of the main reasons that I personally moved back to Oklahoma last year was to care for a beloved family member of mine who I know that I would not be the man that I am if not for that person in my life. So I saw the duty and I saw the honor in showing up for them. And yes, I can honestly tell you that I know what that burden feels like. It does. It changes your life completely. So here's what I want to share with you. If you are a caregiver, if you are someone who is protecting and loving and serving someone else in your life, we see you. We appreciate you. And there are 3 things that I want to share with you that I hope you can really, really focus on to take care of yourself. Not only so that you can serve them, but you can serve your life and serve others who care about you just as well. Because the burden itself can become too heavy to bear. And that is why we take a holistic view when we talk about how we're going to conquer pain and conquer disease together as a community. So, one, I want you to honor self care and I want you to prioritize self care. This means taking a good, healthy look at your own physical health, what you're eating. Are you taking those doctor's appointments for yourself? Are you taking time out to rejuvenate and recuperate for yourself? Are you doing things that bring you joy and happiness instead of putting that off or putting it on the back burner because of the needs of other people? You have to, because you cannot, as they say, pour from an empty cup. And are you honoring your mental health? Are you making sure that you have good, solid coping skills with the stress and the burden of taking care of others? It's necessary. And second is, are you utilizing technology to help you? I can tell you that in my experience in really moving into the home of someone that I care about to make sure that they were okay, one of um, the big moves that we made was instituting technology. We put up a Ring door camera and a camera in the backyard because for us it was so important that in the moments where our family member might feel the urge to get up and go outside of the house at 3 o'clock in the morning because it happens, we were able to have that safety net of seeing and understanding what was going on so that we can make safe decisions. And so having that technology in place, that's just one example of ways that you can find some security and some safety and find some ease in being a caregiver. So lean into those things and learn about the opportunities that are there. The third thing that I want to share with you is you've got to lean into respite care. When you are on call 24/7 for a family member, even going to the grocery store can be a stressful task because you're wondering if they're at home, if they're safe, if they have are doing something that might be dangerous or something that might be risky for them. So committing to periodic moments of hiring and securing respite care is going to be so important. Respite care is when you have someone either come into the place or your loved one goes somewhere where they can be taken care of responsibly and you can have some time off the clock, so to speak. Could you imagine that as a caregiver that you can take maybe 24, 36, even 48 hours to just get a hotel room and to go to a movie, take a bubble bath, get a massage, but take that time away from this person that you are dedicating your life to and your care to so that you can rejuvenate, so that you can recharge yourself and you can show yourself that love and care and respect and rest that you need. So those three things are imperative that as caregivers, we can understand the holistic viewpoint of really honoring ourselves, our family members, and conquering pain and disease together. I hope that these ideas aren't new to you, especially if you are a primary caregiver to a loved one or a neighbor or a friend. But if they are, I urge you to take advantage of those and to really lean into that because you can't give from yourself so much that there is nothing left. I'm Dr. Damon, your Chief Wellness Warrior. I provide holistic training and support to help you increase your inner peace and yes, your profits if that's important to you. This very reason of how we have to manage chronic pain and disease and debility as a community is why I'm inviting everyone out to join us for the OKC Conquer Pain Workshop. Now, if you haven't heard what that is, this is an amazing opportunity where we get to have the conversations and learn about these very things that we've talked about right now. I want you to get ready. Oklahoma City, we are welcoming you to the OKC Conquer Pain Workshop. This is on Saturday, April 29th, and it's a friendly event where we're going to learn to conquer pain and take better care of ourselves and others. There'll be local vendors and healers, and you get to ask the questions and get the expert's viewpoint on how to better take care of yourself and others. Plus, you get my free ebook, The Guide to Conquering Chronic Pain. So join us on Saturday, April 29th in Oklahoma City. Let's all learn how to serve ourselves and our family members better. Be well.